Hi everyone, so we're talking about imperialism and the effects that it has had on India. We're Michelle, Jaime, and Piankhi. We will be going over this topic in two sections, the before colonization and during colonization. Before we get into the meat of this whole unit, we need to mention the Mara Empire. The Mara Empire took place throughout 321 to 185 BC. The reason we mention it is because the rulers of this empire spent a large deal of money on roads, which in the future became very secure trade routes. So, before we talk about the Mughal Empire, we need to know about how the people were divided. Enter the caste system. As you can see, the people were divided into 5 categories: the Brahmins, the Kshatriyas, or Rajputs, Vaishyas, and Shudra. There were also people now known as the Untouchables, but they were so far at the end of the list, they were not considered to even exist. The list you see here is in the order of power. The caste system was established in 1200 BC. India was also separated in different parts of the country by their religion.
During the Mughal Empire, which lasted from 1596 to 1858, they had used regional separation to their advantage. The main leaders were Muslim, but India was split into different regions. So it was a lot more efficient to have regional leaders of each of those regions rule in their separate regions, collect taxes, and then report back to the Muslim leaders. A lot of the residents lived on and around those self-sufficient villages which had farms and mines and so on. 50% of the income was taxed, but because of how easy trade was and the amount of materials that India possessed, it wasn't really a problem. Most lived quite well, and India flourished financially, being able to invest in outstanding pieces of art, such as the Taj Mahal, and things such as beautifully carved walls. 1707, the Mughal Empire sets down the path that led spiraling to their fall. The Mughals had started to fight the Afghan and Hindu leaders. During the fight between the political giants, the British political traders saw their chance. They grew, and just like that, the reign of the mighty empire was gone. Oh, and sorry about that. Technical difficulties. We lost some of the footage.
During the reign of the Mughal Empire, Britain, alongside the rest of Europe, saw the wealth and promise of India. It was one of the richest countries in the world, and their access to natural resources was invaluable. Britain, alongside many other European countries, decided to invade for their wealth and natural resources, as the Industrial Revolution that was currently going on required it. Europe had many different colonies that took over villages around them, completely disregarding the actual inhabitants of these villages. Eventually, a war was waged by Europe for India, and the villagers were stuck in the middle. Britain won and became the most prominent figure of European power. They used this power to completely leech off of India. They had greatly superior military power, so they took complete control of their trades. The Indians got completely screwed over. They would make items, sell them to the British for minute prices. Then the British would sail them all the way to Britain, where it would be bought, and all of the undesirable things were sent back at ridiculous prices to the Indians. And to top it all off, it became illegal for Indians to sell goods to each other, and some of the most proficient ones were sent away. People were forced to work in the military with significantly diminished pay. They would have to open the containers of the bullets by biting on the metal caps and pulling them off. They found out that the British had been greasing them with beef and pork fat, which outraged Muslims and other religions, as it was the greatest sin to consume said animals. The first rebellions came from this, which was easily and quickly shut down. As one can see, everything was tough for the Indians.
Although a lot of bad stuff happened under British rule, cultures were ruined, people were killed, disregarded, disgraced, and banished. We can't really say that the negative outweighs the positives in the long term. We leave that job to you. Good luck.